Welcome back, everybody, to the daily show where I'll be breaking down the big mega cap stocks. So, before we get started, please hit that like button, and that is greatly appreciated. And if you're new here, consider subscribing. Now, if you want to get these types of trade ideas, and it's just too many to mention. This morning, I was live right here. You can see right in my Discord. We took DIA calls, SPY calls, IWM, and you can see people are making money, including myself. Just after opening, you can see 11:29 a.m. and everything just went to the moon. So if you're really serious about trading, Dell, we also had puts. This one paid. You can see IWM 162% on live. Fantastic, fantastic day. And if you really want to do this full time and you are really serious about trading, definitely head over to Patreon, and that link will be down below in the description for you guys. And now let's get right into the market. All right, so welcome back. Once again, you can see Iran live updates. Trump says US to offer insurance for Gulf shipping and escort tankers. Just bunch of lies. There is nothing happening. They blocked it. There's nothing coming out. There's nothing going in. And you'll probably say, how you get this information. I have friends and family over in Middle East that I've been talking with since the war started, and Iran is making a living over there like hell. So they're dropping stuff everywhere, like nobody's safe there. So it's a really big mess. With all that, happened today, Dow dropped over 1,000 points, but then recovered, only down 428 points, down 0.88%. Nasdaq down just over 1%. It was down, I think, 2.5. S&P down 1%. Russell going down 1.77%, advancing only 29%, declining 68. So that gives you the story of the market, what happened today. 11 sectors you can see on top, real estate, but again everything got really destroyed today, everything in deep red. We got stock market map red across the board except some names like Microsoft, PLTR, PNW, and that's one of those plays that you guys saw. We had but everything else just took a massive hit. A lot of red here in stock market. Only few things, especially software names, they actually got a little bit of a breather today. We do have some data, but I think the biggest one everybody's looking for, that's going to be on Friday, non-farm payrolls and retail sales, and also unemployment rate, especially what's happening around the world. And we have these data also coming out on Friday. And now let's talk about Microsoft, since that stock is actually making a big move. On Microsoft, it's up 1.25%. We got all the way up to the next big level, which is right here, right about 406. And you can see the rejection came in, and now we're trading at 403. But also keep that in mind, we gapped up a few days ago, and there is a gap here. And even with today's sell off, we did not get back here to close the gap. So Microsoft now, if this thing breaks and holds over that 406 right here, we could see a move towards that upper Bollinger Band right here at 416, 417, and maybe even come up and retest these highs right here, right about 423, 424. To the downside, key level to watch right here, 395, and then this gap, 389.36 as a support. On Meta, it's slightly up on the day, but you can see rejection came from these moving averages right here, 657, and now trading at 655. Intraday came back down to the support 638. So if this thing breaks 657, watch out for a move up to 664, possibly even higher. But if it breaks under 638, guess what? It's going to come down and retest this trend line, lower Bollinger Band, 626 to 627, and possibly will fill the gap at 618. On AMD, it's down nearly 4%, so AMD never actually got going today, and you can see lower low, bar to bar, made a new low. And we talked about it in my channel many times. Even when AMD went up, that this chart looks like Microsoft, and we could be pulling into this gap. And I like this. I'm not really unhappy about this drop. I think it's going to be fantastic if AMD drops down here at 170, just like a few weeks back or 2 months back where ARM actually had a drop all the way down to almost 100, and look at what happened. Came back. Now it's what it was like almost 130. It was trading a few days ago. So AMD, I think fantastic opportunity, and it's coming to us. And I think the more downside we see on AMD, the better opportunity we can play it back up to the upside. So watch out if this thing drops. Maybe there will be support. We're almost filling some of those gaps to the downside. 182 would be a key level. Right now, trading around 191. But watch out if we get some sort of a bounce. Now you can see it's actually rejecting around 193, 194. We need to break that for a move all the way back up to 202 on AMD. On Apple, stock is down barely. So this is where I would say yes, there's a lot of stuff going on. But when you look at Apple and Microsoft, I don't see, something crazy going on. And today I was live in Discord because we had a really nice move to the downside. So I wanted everybody to come and make money. And guess what? VIX was trading at what? It was up 30%, 31, and people were just scared to buy. I mean, VIX up 30%, and you're not gonna buy the dip, you're never gonna make money. So that's just pathetic, VIX, I even called it live that it's going to get raped in few minutes, maybe a day or two, and immediately you can just pull up the chart on VIX and what happened from 30%. I think it gave back half of the gains. So fantastic opportunity was there. A lot of people, when they see a dip in the market, they run for the door. When they see the market hitting all-time high, oh, I'm too bullish, and this guy is talking all the crap. He's a big bear. Of course, I'm gonna be a bear when market hitting all-time high because I don't want to buy at all-time high. I want to buy cheaper. That's the thing. We buy low, sell high. We buy the dip, we sell the rip. We don't buy the rip and sell. Where are you gonna sell it? You tell me where are you gonna sell it. So it was a fantastic opportunity. But when you look at Apple and Microsoft, market is holding itself. Nothing really that I see where market is just gonna go down to zero. So you can see, I mean, we can also draw a line here. That would be more interesting here. You can see Apple, we're just holding this line. We came down here and went back up, and now it's holding over 262. So we do have this trend line. You can use that as a support. If it breaks, there is going to be significant downside. But so far holding, and as a matter of fact, it was green and went back up to 265 today, got rejection. So 262, 259, 255, down to 249. These are key zone and the gap fill reversal. Also, these zones can act as a support. To the upside, 265 breaks. So watch out for a move up to 268.78 and possibly into 272 on Apple. On Amazon stock, it's slightly up on the day or just at break even for the day. So Amazon, nothing really happening, but look at the dip buyers coming in, guys. Again, closer to 200 dip buyers came in, bought up the dip, closing over 207. So technically, there's a lot of buying pressure. And as long as it's over 207, I would say this thing can come back up and retest maybe 215, possibly can fill the gap at 220. Only time if this thing breaks below 207 and stays under, then there is a possibility of a coming down and closing that previously, uh, you know, opened up gap right here just under 195, and there is also one down here, but we're not even close to that level right now. On Google, stock is down 0.91%. So Google was another one that I got in at 297 today, and this thing was also good. It was meant for a day trade. We got a little bit of profit out of it. There is so many plays. I wish I can go through each ones, but there is so many plays. Some of the plays I don't even call out because people don't have money. So if you're somebody who's actually really serious and this is what you want to do, but you have a lot of money, but you're not getting, uh, you know, a lot of return from that money sitting in your account. This is the perfect underrated channel that you can try out. And I'm telling you guys, it's not my loss. People think, okay, this guy making videos talking about all that, plays and all that, it's not my loss if people are not participating or people are not interested or people don't have money. They're taking a huge loss by ignoring or by not joining, by not taking some of these plays because these plays are doing really great and they're paying a lot of money. You guys saw a bunch of plays today. Everything. Look at SPY, look at Dow Jones, DIA, ETF, look at IWM. From the bottom, from the get go early in the morning. We bought the dip and we just added one time, and that was it. Everything skyrocketed. So these types of trade, even yesterday, I was live in the same result. That's why you guys see I'm not making too much videos because obviously I'm not gonna get any money out of this, video that I uh, make. Such a small community on YouTube, so that's why I'm more focused on trading. So if you're really focused on trading and you want to do this, you will find me in my Discord, throwing trade ideas every morning. And if you're picking those trade ideas and doing the right thing with stop loss, and you know what to do exactly, you're going to be successful making money in this market. Here in the Google, here you can see it's holding right about 300 here. We got came under 300, but looks like we could be pulling back into 292. 300 holds, we might see a move back up to 308, maybe 314. But as of right now, it's on a strong downtrend, Google, and there could be more downside. On Nvidia, stock is down 1.33%, so could have been worse, right? It was down 3%. You can see early morning, and then we just had an inside day. So we'll see how that goes. But I think even if this thing wants to come down, uh, in the short term, I think Nvidia will come back up and close the gap right here just over 184. And yesterday was almost there. Yesterday was almost there at 184. So Nvidia, I think it's going to close that gap to the downside. If it comes down, nothing but a buying opportunity here, especially closer to the lower band, 174, 172. So far, that's holding. If not, bottom of the range, which is at 170 to 169. And only if that breaks, we close below that, then watch out for these gaps down here and possibly a retest of that breakout right here. That's going to be around 150, 147, 144 area. But again, it's way, way too early to say that Nvidia is going to come down here. So far, you can see just like S&P 500, we're just shopping. Bottom of the range, you buy here, you make money. You short here, you make money. Buy here, make money. Same thing here, same thing here, and same thing will happen possibly here on Nvidia. On Tesla, stock is down 2.70%. So Tesla inside this channel so far came down, and you can see we just found support right here, went back up, and now trading at 392. So Tesla here was trading below the Bollinger Band. This is another one that I took live, also 400 calls, and this one also paid. And I just got out because I don't like holding Tesla, especially when it's trading near 400. I just don't think it's worth it unless it comes down here. Then I can go like for the longer term plays. So Tesla was also another play that actually got paid, not by a lot, but still, if you buy at 386 and you sell here at top of the range, you still made decent amount of money. Tesla just struggling here. If it breaks below this 388 mark, we could be coming down to this 375, maybe into 368 to close the gap to the upside. If it's going back up to retest these highs, watch out right here. There will be resistance at 404 and then 411. On Broadcom, it's down 1.56%. So this one also was down even more, but you can see it's just hanging in there. That 307, 310 area so far finding support, but for how long? And I think I'll drop this down here so you guys can see it better. Right about that 307, 308 mark. And so far, they're just holding up as of right now. Is it gonna hold up forever? I don't know. If that breaks, where things can go? Well, we talked about it before. Maybe come down and retest these highs from previous, all-time high, and that would be just a normal pullback on the monthly time frame, and nothing crazy because it's still sitting at highest high in the trend count. And you can see, I mean, we're just coming off the all-time highs, so nothing really big here on Broadcom. If it breaks over, you can see the 200 days sitting right here at 318 and multiple rejection for the last 3 days. Let me just zoom in here a little bit so you guys can see. This orange line is the daily 200 SMA. We got multiple rejection. If we can cross that, maybe it's heading back up to 324, 330, but we're still overall in a downtrend. And I don't know what happened here. This should be like this. We're still in a downtrend overall, and things can go down even more from here if we cannot get out of this downtrend and get over, especially 330 here in this case on Broadcom. So Netflix up 0.63%, and you can see this thing is not stopping for anybody. And I think we have a date with daily 200 SMA, which is at 110, and that's why I'm still holding a lot of shares, a lot of calls, and everything is up and green, guys. We talked about it. People that are actually regular, they come and watch my video, hit the like button. They know I've been talking about this Netflix, dip that this thing will reverse at some point, and a lot of people are going to be chasing, but nobody wanted any piece of Netflix anymore. And look at what's happening. I mean, I think we have a date with the daily 200 SMA. We could come up here, but so far, because of the way market is reacting to all the stuff happening, it just not getting that vibe. And I think soon as we get that and we cross 99.57, it's heading into blue skies, and especially this daily 200 SMA will be retested. So far, right now, 97 holding. If it breaks, maybe come down here into 94, but that's not even in the picture right now. We'll see if we get some sort of a dip. I'm actually looking to maybe even add if somehow we get a drop down here, we get a bad day and maybe retest 50-day here. But so far, that's just not the case on Netflix. So that's why when you think outside the box, like, okay, let's say you started buying here or even here and it was going down. If you started smaller and then you went and bought maybe a little bit more here and then you started even heavier here, now all should be green. And that's how, you cannot catch exact bottom on anything. You got to start somewhere, especially when you look at the technicals. And if you start somewhere, start smaller, it's on a downtrend. When it breaks out, you can also add. And this is fantastic opportunity that was sitting here for multiple days. And now I see people chasing, oh, can I get Netflix 100 call? Well, it was here. It was, 74, $75, but you didn't want it. And now you're chasing calls. So chasing is definitely something you want to do here on Netflix because there could be some sort of a retracement, some pullback. But if you're buying here, definitely not really worth it because I mean, look at the move. The move already happened. They can go up more, don't get me wrong, but you missed the move and now you're chasing. That's my point. And that's all I have for you guys in this video. Thank you so much for watching.